Do you know how to deal with different account details with KYC group customers? Please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to be the first one to receive the notification of our latest videos. Hello and welcome to Bank Read, where millions of people around the world can learn and be aware of banking and finance. So let's get started. Residing outside India. Accounts of politically exposed persons, PEPs. Resident outside Republic of India. Politically exposed persons are people WHO are interested with distinguished public functions in an exceedingly foreign country. For example, heads of states or of governments, senior politicians, senior government/judicial/military officers, senior executives of state-owned firms, necessary party officers, etc. Banks ought to gather comfortable info on any person/customer of this class, assuming to establish a relationship and check all the knowledge obtainable on the person within the property right. Banks ought to verify the identity of the person and get info regarding the sources of funds before accepting the PEPiness as a client. The choice to open associate degree account for PEPiness ought to be taken at a senior level that ought to be clearly treated well spelled to get in client acceptance policy. Banks ought to conjointly subject such accounts to increased observance on associate degree current basis. The higher than norms may additionally be applied to the accounts of the relations or shut relatives of PEPs. Accounts of non-face-to-face customers. Accounts of non-face-to-face customers with the introduction of phone and electronic banking. Progressively accounts are being opened by banks for clients, while not the requirement for the anti-money laundering on bank's 91 customer to go to the bank branch. Within the case of non-face-to-face customers, except applying the standard client identification procedure, there should be specific and adequate procedure to mitigate the other risk concerned. Certification of AAU, the documents conferred, is also insisted upon and, if necessary, further documents is also necessitated. In such cases, banks may additionally need the primary payment to be established through the customer's account with another bank that, in turn, adheres to similar KYC standards. Within the case of cross-border customers, there is the extra problem of matching the client with the documentation, and therefore the bank might have to be compelled to admit third-party certification/introduction. In such cases, it should be ensured that the third party may be a regulated and supervised entity and has adequate KYC systems in place. Correspondent banking. Correspondent bank. KYC for existing account. Banks are expected to possess adopted due diligence and acceptable KYC norms at the time of gap of accounts in respect of existing customers in terms of our surviving directions noted within the annexure. However, just in case of any omission, the requisite KYC procedures for client identification ought to be got completed at the earliest. The objectives of the KYC framework ought to be twofold. 1. To confirm acceptable client identification, and 2. To watch transactions of a suspicious nature. Banks ought to acquire all info necessary to determine the identity/legal existence of every new client, based mostly ideally on disclosures by customers themselves. Usually straightforward suggests that of creating identity would be documents like passport, permit, etc. But wherever such documents aren't obtainable, verification by existing account holders or introduction by someone noted to the bank might serve. It ought to be ensured that the procedure adopted doesn't cause denial of access to the overall public for banking services. 3. In this affiliation, we tend to conjointly invite a relation to a report on opposing hiding tips for banks in Republic of India ready by a unit came upon by IBA. For your steering, it should be seen that the IBA unit has created many recommendations for strengthening KYC norms with opposing hiding focus and has conjointly steered formats for client profile, account gap procedures, establishing a relationship with specific classes of consumers, still as associate degree illustrative list of suspicious activities. KYC for joint account. Account should enter with legal name, address, name of all partners and their addresses alongside phone numbers of the firm and partners. 1. Registration certificate, if registered. 2. Partnership deed. 3. Power of professional granted to a partner or associate degree worker of the firm to interact business on its behalf. 4. Any formally valid document distinguishing the partners and therefore the persons holding the ability of professional and their addresses. 5. Telephone bill within the name of firm partners. KYC for low financial gain cluster customers. The Banking Company of Republic of India (RBI) has relaxed apprehend your client KYC tips for low financial gain cluster customers of banks. The relaxations can apply to a client WHO intends to stay balance his not prodigious 50,000 rupees altogether account and to avail of total credit altogether the accounts not prodigious 1 lakh rupees in an exceeding year. Minor account. All one has to do is intimate the bank inside a particular amount. Just in case of account for minor below the age of 10, the date of birth proof of the minor and therefore the parents' Aadhaar and PAN are the specified, else solely the date of birth proof and Aadhaar of the minor are the KYC demand. Thanks for watching. We hope you learned something valuable today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit the bell icon to be the first one to get the notification of all the upcoming videos.